Hello, now we are going to start functional and non-functional requirements. We'll see what are the functional requirement first. So functional requirement basically states the services of a system that must be provided, that should be provided by that system, and how the system should react to a particular input state, that how the system should behave for a particular situation. All these things are need to be addressed in the functional requirement conditions. Thereafter, the functional requirement should also mention that what the system should not do. So all these things which are not necessary and not supposed to be done by the system are also be measured or mentioned in the functional requirements. Thereafter, functional requirement also need to describe the functionality, actually the full functionality or full services which are being provided by the system. Thereafter, in the functional requirement, the system should be expected that the what user should do with that and what the user is expected to do with that system. Then what are the types of the system that or the components that are needed to be mentioned in that system and which are needed to be used. So all these dependent things are need to be measured in the and mentioned in the functional requirement. Then functional requirement for the users should be of high level statement which are in English or some nature language or some diagrammatically form tabular form should need to be done, and the system should tell us the specification should tell us that what system should do. Then functional system requirement is actually being done and describing that what the system should be done and what are the services that need to be deal. Then the domain requirement are basically the constraint for the system that need to be having domain dependent and how the domain should be behaving or working. Then the non-functional requirement. In the non-functional requirement, the constraint of the services or functions that need to be offered to the system by the offer by the system or to the users should need to be measured or mentioned according to the time constraints, according to the various process development constraints, according to the various standard or the processes followed by the organizations. And these are the non-functional requirement, means this exist, some requirement means exist but not necessarily having the enough capability, means that measurement capabilities and which have difficult to be measured. All these things are need to be mentioned in the non-functional requirement. So all these constraints, how to be done, how not to be done, all these which could be existing or could not be existing should be mentioned in the non-functional requirement. These non-functional requirement are more complex as compared to the functional requirement. Then what are the individual features of that system and individual behavior of that function or services should be done rather than whole system. So whole system measurement should be mentioned in the non-functional requirement. How to use the whole system requirement and whole system, how the emergent property, emergent behavior of that system was being worked and functioned should be mentioned under the non-functional requirement. Then defining the system property and constraint. What are the system property and constraint? Example of them are reliability needs to be defined under non-functional requirement. Response time of that system should be mentioned under the non-functional requirement. Then storage requirement should also need to be measured or mentioned in the non-functional requirement. Then non-functional requirement may be more critical than the functional requirement. How? Some of the times if your system is meeting all the functional requirement but not meeting the most important non-functional requirement, then the system is may be failure. That's why these non-functional requirement sometimes are also considered to be more critical and more important as compared to the functional requirement. So if the non-functional requirement are not met by the system, sometimes the whole system will become useless. So these are the also considered to be non-functional requirement are also considered to be important. Then process and development requirement. What are the process should be followed for the development of the system should also need to be measured under this non-functional requirement. Then example of this, how the constraint of input output, that how the screen should work, how the input devices should work. All these are the non-functional requirement but important for the system to behave. For example, in case of ATM, you consider for transaction of monies, you also need to have good touch screen for good keyboard for inserting some of the input, and it has to be very well displayed. So both input means touch screen input or buttons input should be proper and the screen should be proper. If that touch screen doesn't work properly, which is one of the non-functional requirement, and it's not working properly, it is taking input but it's very hard to use that touch screen, it means the non-functional requirement has not been met properly, and that ATM machine is creating trouble for the customers, and then it ultimately affect the whole banking system. So the touch screen should be smooth is an example for the non-functional requirement. Then we'll see more in the non-functional requirement is actually affects the whole architecture of the system, and whole architecture should be studied together. Then the non-functional requirement are being studied rather than studying some of the individual component. This we have also studied in emergent property, that is when the whole components work together, then only these working components together show some of the properties, and these properties are need to be measured under the non-functional requirements. Then examples are like performance requirement that are need to be measured or maintained. Then organization should need to minimize component between communication between the component. All these things are being coming under the non-functional requirement. Thereafter, single non-functional requirement such as security requirement. For example, you assume security requirement as one of the non-functional requirement. That security requirement may also lead to the changes or restriction in the functional or existing requirement, because security is also one of the important non-functional requirement. Thus, because of having trouble in the security issues of the system, the whole software or some of the system should have to be go under some changes. Then what are the non-functional classifications that we have seen? We'll see the product requirement, organizational requirement, external requirement. What are the product requirement? Means how the product should be delivered, what are the speed of that execution of that product, what are the reliability of that product, how well it has to be working, functioning that product when it was delivered. Then organizational requirement, some organization have different policies and different organization have different policies and way of proceeding towards some process, and they have different standards. So all these organizational requirements should also be mentioned under the non-functional requirements, and these will help you to implement better system. Then external requirement, for example, there are various factors which actually arises due to system and its development process. These are like interoperability issues are there for the requirements. Then legal issues were there for the external requirement, for the interfacing problems and interfacing environmental issues. So all these things have to be mentioned in the non-functional class requirements. Then we'll see requirements, completeness and consistency. These are the both keyword. Completeness and consistency is important for all kind of requirement, whatever you see. So the principle behind all these things is that requirement, whatever mentioned in the requirement specification or the detailed figures or diagrams, that all need to be complete and consistent. What does it mean by complete? They should describe full functionality or full facility that are required. Means everything should need to be mentioned in complete way. Consistency means there is no conflict between the or contradiction between two, three, four different components working or different requirement working. So the requirement of mentioned at different location of the specification document should need to be consistent. Means the requirement mentioned in the fifth page should not contradict with the requirement mentioned in the 15th page. So they both 15th and fifth page requirement should need to be taken care. Means how they have to be resolved before the system will going to be in the development phase. Then in practice, usually some of the system and its environmental complexity are more as compared to the requirement. So all these impossible aspect for completion of the project and all the requirements should need to be mentioned for the system and environmental complexity, so that you'll have better smooth development and deployment of that system. In the next, we'll see engineering, design process, and process engineering. I hope you have enjoyed these functional and non-functional requirement. Thanks.